Okay guys, what we're doing today is starting another worm farm. Now this is goat manure. See, nice little, look like rabbit droppings. This is basically composted down already. All the grass and straw and whatever that was in with it is composted down. But underneath it, it's fresher. It's got lots of straw and everything in it from I cleaned out their bedding today. So all I'm going to do is add maybe a 5-gallon bucket full of worm castings with worms in it. That way they'll be off to a good start. The worms won't get a big shock when they go in here. As you can see, I'm worried about seeds in here. This is a tree seed, a tree called horse tamarind. It's the goat's favorite food, but it has lots and lots of seeds. Plus all the other stuff goats eat with seeds in it. Any seed that's dropped on the ground, quite a potential of ending up in my garden. I'm not worried about seeds in their droppings. Goats digest the seeds they eat, but they're quite wasteful, so anything that's hit the ground could be a problem. About a year ago, I did a video on a blue tub I use for a worm farm. It's actually getting quite popular now on YouTube. And I use cow manure, which is what I've used for a couple of years now, nothing but cow manure. This is a first for me using the goat. And the cow manure has no seeds in it. I've never had any problem with seeds. But my little blue tub disintegrated. It's in many pieces right now, so I'm starting a new one. I have, let me see how many I got. I think this would be number 6. No, 5. This would be number 5 worm farms. So I have lots going on, but I put them here between the garden beds, and it's quite easy to add castings when it's right beside the bed, you know. Nice and convenient. So let's go get some worms. Now this is my original worm farm. Don't know how old this is, but there's been a lot of castings made in here. Mountains. Literally mountains. And all I'm going to do is take like this is all finished stuff right here. And there's tons and tons of worms in it. I'm going to take all this out, take about a bucket full, and then I can refill this tub and let it get going again. Well, there it is. Let's see what we got for worms. I know there's lots. I think this stuff is basically done anyway. It's a little bit fresh. There's eggshells. I never put eggshells in again, I put them in this tub 2 years ago, and they're still in there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's tons of worms. I'm looking for a handful, but there's lots. That's a few. There we go. There's a few. We'll just spread that around. I'll leave this open for a little bit. Worms don't like light. So they'll go and dig their way down and find a new manure. And I can basically start harvesting out of this tub tomorrow. Not sure what that is. It's a piece of wood. Like these are nice castings, a little wet, but nice castings. All I did with this tub is drill holes in the bottom, same if I was going to use it as a planter or something. And that way any excess water will drain out. I never had water anyway. There's enough moisture in the air around here from the humidity, plus the manure has water in it. I've never added any water or any kind of liquid at all to my worms. Oh yeah, that's nice stuff. Lots and lots of small worms, which is a good sign. That means they've been reproducing. That's what it looks like. Some nice big ones there. I don't see any eggs, but there's something that sprouted. Okay guys, well that's it. I'm gonna let these worms sit out here with the light in the sun here for maybe an hour. Then I'll cover it up with a piece of tin, and that's it. I'll be able to start harvesting castings out of this little farm in a day or two, probably tomorrow. All I do is take the top off, let the worms go down a bit, and then just pile it up, and you got castings with no worms or very few worms. If I'm putting the castings straight into the garden, then I don't care how many worms are in there. They're going to go in the garden and keep working for me. But if I'm going to be making worm casting tea, then I don't want to drown all my worms, so I try and not to have any in there. Although worms can stay in water for quite a while and not be a problem. It's a piece of bamboo, or a piece of coconut tree. Alright guys, that wasn't very hard now, was it? You don't need no fancy worm towers and fancy gizmos to make worm castings. And as for trying to get worm casting tea, all you do is take a handful of this, add it to water, and you got worm casting tea. You don't need any fancy worm farms to catch the water coming out the bottom, or putting water in, flooding them out. That's just gonna piss your worms off.